Welcome back to the Chow Time Pod. It's your host, Red. I got a video today from No Jumpers Clips, This is a video of Tasha K and Adam22 discussing passport bros, what they are, what they think about them, and everything in general. And let's see what they got to say. Please subscribe down below. I really appreciate that. And let's get to that chow time.
Because of what I went through, I was just like, I'll never trust a motherfucker.
I don't really fully know who Tasha K really is. I know she has a YouTube, but she does trash black men constantly on that particular YouTube, and we all know who Adam22 is.
Again,
Right.
Tell me my husband, he changed that.
How'd you meet him?
Cheesecake Factory.
Really?
I was a server.
Wow.
And he was a bartender, and they always try to figure out who gonna fuck the new girl first. And
Is that how it works at Cheesecake Factory?
he got me first.
He did.
And married me.
And locked it in so much that you wanted to marry him.
He
Wow,
did.
that's beautiful.
Yeah, it was so funny because there'll be other guys. For some reason, foreign guys are so attracted to me. It's weird. Like
Really?
they could be Jamaicans, Haitians. And I'm attracted to them too. I do consider myself a passport sis. So
So foreign men are attracted to your passport, sis, now, huh? Okay.
So if you hadn't found him, you might.
It's funny when you hear women say, oh, it's weird. So many foreign men were attracted to me. You're a woman. Like, just being a woman, every man is attracted to you in some fashion or some sense.
Might have moved off to a different country and sort of.
probably.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, sidebar. Do you respect the passport bros?
No, absolutely.
Why would
they
she?
the reject niggas of the world.
So
She really dislikes black men.
for the people who have made it to this point and don't know, it's basically an ideology pushed by a bunch of dudes who are kind of like a.
They always want to push that reject thing, but they know that passport bros are probably the reason why women are upset. Like, these are actually the good men that are leaving, the good men that make decent money, the men that are willing to provide, that want to provide. They're looking elsewhere to do those things, but yet they always want to be called, they want to call us the rejects.
An offspring of the men's rights movement where
They're rejects.
Right.
They got a bunch of child support, baby mama problems and shit.
the idea is that
Child support, baby mama. Really, there's very few passport bros that actually have baby mamas, unless they were married originally, and you can't leave the country if you owe child support. That's a given. Like, do a little bit of research and you'll know there's very few pookies that have massive child support that are able to travel like this. Remember, traveling costs a lot of money.
American women are so toxic and so irredeemable that you need to go to Thailand and find yourself a little hottie out there, wife her up, and that way you'll be able to avoid, a woman who's been brainwashed by feminism.
He says it like so hypothetically, like as if women here aren't so toxic and women over there aren't so much like more cooperative and nicer.
She come over here to the United States and then somebody hook her up, hip her to who the fuck you are. And they're
Right.
like, wait a minute, you wasn't shit when you came to get me.
Yeah.
No, he wasn't, girl.
I mean, I do understand where these guys are coming from, but it also is like the most pathetic thing you could possibly imagine.
My thing.
What? Mr. Adam22 calling passport bros one of the most pathetic things he can imagine. Really? Most of us would assume that letting your wife get fucked on camera just for the money is one of the most pathetic things possible. But, like, who's to judge? Letting your wife get railed by another man just because you idolize money so much? Or men that idolize family and they're so much that they're willing to leave here to go make a family and to build a family elsewhere. Who's really the worst here?
Thing is, for the black man, y'all flying all the way past the Caribbean, over Africa to Thailand to go get a bitch.
This is how people don't travel. You don't travel across the Atlantic to go to freaking Asia. You travel across the Pacific to go to Asia. No reason to be crossing like 2 continents just to get to where you need to go. Like, this is how most of these women, most of these people don't know what they're talking about because they've never traveled. They don't know the nuances of these cultures. They don't know the nuances of these women. They don't know how these women operate, how these countries operate.
And there's plenty of black women in Africa who are very submissive to black men. And they don't mind being second, third, and fifth wives and shit like that. You know, black women have never minded that. It's just the respect. And a lot
women have black women have this chip on their shoulder of respect, as if black men just outright disrespect them all the time. I don't believe that's the case. Maybe the men that you deal with do, but I know a good amount of black men that are very solid, good citizen black men. They don't do any of those things to any type of women. So it's such a projection that the type of men that these women are going after are constantly seeing, especially in their lives.
A lot of black men out here asking for respect that they haven't fucking like earned. Like, get your shit together, then go get your bitch.
Right.
A lot of y'all want the bitches to get your shit for you. No.
Wow.
We're not going to other countries and hoping that these women are going to support us. What are you talking about? Like, even if you were to say that, you can't do that being a passport bro. Like, you can't go to another country and expect these women to support us or, you know, get us the bag or do things for us when we're not the breadwinners ourselves. So what you're talking about is not passport bros. It's the men here that are not able to do that. But passport bros are able to do this. That's why they're leaving the country.
Oh, but don't you think that like being a passport bro is kind of an expression of their rejection of black women in general?
They really want to put it on, you know, black men, but passport bros is universal now. You know, it's all races. It's not just black women that we have issues with. It's all women in the West that we have issues with.
There's one thing to be raised as a black American woman here, but then to skip over an entire continent who raises women to be submissive to black men.
Okay. Right. My conversations I have with guys on this show and whatnot, I have just kind of realized that there is a general sentiment amongst black guys that, and not all of them, but that black women are mean and that they are
Black men
tough
are mean
to date. Well, I could probably see that side of it as well, but
they're mean, and we're just tired of them being mean. I married the nicest man on earth. This man is
Mean people are mean people. Why are you putting like an emotion or like an attachment to a whole race? All black men are mean? Really? Obama didn't look mean to me. You know, like, you know, Martin Luther King probably wasn't so mean. Probably not a great example, but he wasn't mean. You know, like, I don't see Terry Crews being mean. Like, this is such a crazy, you know, projection that these women really deal with. They only deal with the hood type pookies. And those are the ones that, are going to slap you around, you know, and be those things.
never raised his voice at me.
really?
Never did. Like he
Just because of that, I don't think it's because he's white that he didn't do that. It's just he's a different person. Like, he's a good person.
tells me good morning every morning. 18 years, good morning. How did you sleep? You don't get that from black men.
Yeah, you do. I'm sure there's plenty of black women out there that are probably getting this that you're not asking for, but you're not attracted to those particular black men. Yeah, I'm going to end the clip here. Whew, that was some dumbass chow. God damn it. Adam22. Calling it is the most pathetic thing that we can do is, you know, go find a woman that's going to cooperate with us and build a family. Adam22 says that about us. Sad. Please subscribe down below. I really appreciate that. And I'll catch you guys next time. Ciao.